Alright. So let me begin doing this dang snagget. Oops. That's a Psyduck! I wanted to find a certain OST here before we went in. It's called... The Passion for Exploring. Because that's what we're gonna do now, explore a little bit here. That is indeed a duck, yeah. So, if you see all these notes here, it's kind of a mess, but I'm gonna start from the beginning here. So, this here, not for this one, I saw one of the later ones which was full. Oh yeah, you saw a upcoming map notes. Suddenly a Psyduck. So, before anything here, I made this little like transition thing. To do that, all the icons were hidden so that there was like no lights they can detect at all. And the only thing they could see was this, because there's a light source somewhere hidden here. Jam to the music. This is not a GIF. This is actually a giant set of images. I'm going to select them all and put them into like the GM layer so you can see what I mean. And it didn't do the thing. Okay, never mind. Back to token layer, I guess then. Go ahead and move a few. See, they're all separate JPEGs. All of these are separate JPEGs. Or rather, PNGs. It's not a GIF, no. I can even show you a little bit here. I'm gonna quickly move into the art screen so you guys can see that it was in fact not a PNG. Sorry, not a GIF. It was a PNG. Actually, 11 PNGs to be precise. Yeah. I had a feeling it was set effects because you did it along with your ticking. Oh yeah. Good eye, good ear. I hit myself in the face again. Okay. Back to this. You can see that X there? That X is actually in the GM layer here. This X, the only thing it does is tell me, hey, you, Scott, you need to put your mouse here and that X and make everyone zoom into it that way so that everyone is centered in the image. That's why I told everyone to begin to not move at all. I believe I said that. If I didn't, oh well. And then I would click, delete. I'm not gonna delete actually. Click, delete, click, delete, click, delete, click, delete. I was just deleting layers basically until it was gone. And I'm very proud of that transition. And then all I had to do was bring everyone here by doing this. Isn't that cool? This came to mind because I also wanted to do storyboard-esque images for like cutscenes, but I didn't have the time to do that, unfortunately. But to me this was important because I wanted the players to know that all the events that they went through, the whole Pokemon transformation thing, was at that moment and immediately. Like not even a minute had passed for this to happen. Hi, Potato God. Hey, French fries, bless you. So yeah, even if it's like simply 10 images that doesn't do much, it was important for the context of the chaos that they undergo in the first session. And then we go here. I made it a point to have Giga to appear first as a character by, you know, just revealing the token. And we see light now too, which is pretty cool. You can see how fast my computer is because I can just move like this, right? You see that plane there? It's already hidden. This plane was immediately there. The plane that flies in later on. But I made very sure that if they accidentally go like this, there was enough space for them to realize that they were like actually not being on the map for them to go back. Because if I would put like the... I could have done this, I'll show you. Because sometimes people trip up when they do the walking. Instead, I put the light layer there, and they would see only past this. And then there would be like... Oops, that's a light source. They could accidentally go like this. Oops! I saw the plane. So instead of having that happen, all I did was move the light source back. So they have a margin of error. I guess that helps. Oh, my friend Sky is here. Hi, Sky. Let me see why I can't hear you. Hello? Uh-oh. Sky is lay dead.
You're beeping and booping.
Hey, here we go. Is
the beeps and loud? The boops.
I was showing how the first map works, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. You can see the screen, right?
Give me a sec.
Yeah. You may be interested in watching this, actually.
Yeah,
you can send light source tokens to the map layer so you don't accidentally keep clicking them, as they should still work as lights. Yeah. I have a mock-up of a light source thing. Oh, you say send them to the map layer. Oh, good idea. I'll consider that next time. Thank you, Stick. So, as I was explaining, the plane was here, and I made people have a margin of error of moving off the map here. Because you can actually go past light source layers and stuff like that sometimes. I know there's a way to block it, but like, I know that there's glitches sometimes where you can just go over the wall. You know what I mean? By the way, how are you doing, Sky? Oh no. The heat wave got to him. Uh-oh.
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize my mic was muted still.
Okay. So the next thing was that I gave the player, Giga here, the option of going left or right. It didn't exactly matter where she went, because they would have both been found anyway. As a matter of fact, here's where the illusion of choice comes in. I wanted all the characters to be present when the Pokeballs were dropped to the abyss, so that's why there's nothing here. If Catherine goes right, which what happened, they save both Miles and Elizabeth, which is here. They would appear, and then Celeste, and then the Pokeballs would be here. What would happen if I did it if it happened backwards though? Here, they reveal Celeste. Here. Right? We'll just do that, it's fine.
Oh.
And then they would go right to see what's happening with the cars over there. Hey, who's there? And they find both Miles and Elizabeth here. Right?
Yeah.
And then I would say, look, over there, there's a bag. And then go back to map layer and go like, but unfortunately it's near a thing. A chasm. Aha.
Yeah.
It would be fine to just put it like as well here, I guess, even if they go left. But I sort of wanted the flow of action to go to the direction they were heading anyway. If that makes any sense.
Neat though.
Yeah. It doesn't change a whole lot except that maybe Pokeballs fall over here, but like regardless, I think it was the good choice. And then the squad goes down. Hop, 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 hop. Oh wait, what happened? That was... What the hell is happening? Oh, they're misplaced icons, that's why. Hop, 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 hop. Okay. This is the light source too. Then they obviously find Yoda here, Abra. They appear. New character. Introduction. Roleplay. Now we have a big enough party for a fight. Hop, 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 hop. So, originally, what would happen is that they meet the bandits here because they're at full view, but this one is not. This bandit was here only in the case that the players would completely dodge this car. And then what happens is that these bandits start chasing them off like this. Or if they decide to fight here, there's like some obstacles that can be good for a fight. Then they go back here. If they fought them here though, they would both be eliminated as per usual. And then I would make a banging sound at the car to like bring them forward, back. Forward, back doesn't make sense, to bring them back. Because I want them to get hit by the plane or maybe dodge the plane, you know. Yes, you could have gotten hit by a plane.
I love getting hit by a plane.
Yeah. It wouldn't have done that much damage, but it would have been at least 2 injuries. Hello? Who's hello?
Oh, I was saying hello because they're saying hi in the chat.
Ow. So, there are 3 options here for interaction. They check the car, which is what Yoda did. Abra just hopped on the car. And then the bandit was activated, and these other 2 bandits like walked in as well. Because I made this bandit move all the way down here to trigger the other 2 bandits and just corner them in this spot here. They could have gone down and then back, which would have brought all 3 bandits together. Or they could have just faced these 2 bandits here. Defeated them. Banging sound here at the car. Someone checks it out.
Hello, Yoda.
Hi, Yoda.
Hello.
Hey, I'm explaining how the first map of the session works and what my ideas were.
Oh.
And of course, as you know, the plane hits, and you already know what happened there.
The plane, the
So-
plane.
I intentionally had Elizabeth here
Mm-hmm.
because they could have gotten separated, but Miles did the hard play in the toughest choice that could have gotten him maybe injured, and he succeeded.
Oh, nice.
So he gets a reward of getting one of his NPCs in. Alright, as we know, we go down, ignore the bandits, hop, 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 and I have a trigger section here for whenever they get here, they trigger the boy. He would approach, saying that you need to get out of here quick, and then I make, you know, what happens, I make the little sign appear, and then they all move down. Little cool interaction of like falling down. Now I'm gonna show how I did that light trick there. So they all jump down. Because I made it so that you can see downstairs, so you can see this one character here still.
Mm-hmm.
And I made them jump. But the way I made it so that they can't see back up is that I had a nice little line hidden here. See this line? They're not gonna
prepared.
yeah, they were not gonna interact with this line yet at all. Because they're not gonna pass here yet, but as they go down,
Like a sliding door.
yeah, little sliding door, now they can't see up anymore. This is why they're colored differently too. Like everything is colored different. Yellow is GM notes, red is static light sections that cannot be moved, and blue is moving light sources. Or removable light sources. Alright, then we meet everyone here. I did make the Pokemon appear too quickly. Ideally, Alex would have just jumped down immediately. But that didn't happen. But it's fine. I give them the first choice here of choosing between the three things. Was either Diplomacy, activates K, Secret Mechanic, Owen activates Teamwork activates Owen's Secret Mechanic, and just running away, no time to chat, activates Alex's Secret Mechanic. If the players did not check the car where Stella was in, they're banging the door. I smacked my tablet again for some reason.
Tablet alone.
My tablet's resilient, it will be fine. If they did not check the car, Stella would have been trapped there and seen in another session.
That would have been awkward.
Yeah, but I knew that 99% chance, I'm being all disso now, 99% chance you're gonna check out what that door was. Maybe 70% chance if you fell for the first trick here on the door, if you had triggered it. But regardless, I still knew you would open the door. You can't resist, like, getting yourself into trouble. That's just,
of course,
the basics of tabletop roleplay. Just get
it's
yourself
all
in
about
trouble. Yeah. So then, the trigger for activating Sam's bottle was actually here after you get out of the hole. I didn't need to make a line since there was a differentiator there. And Amber was like, I'm gonna check over here. I'm like, okay, you see the bottle. Because the bottle is just sitting there. You only see it when you get out of the ditch here. And that's where Sky spit out his drink, because it was really quick.
You're welcome, Sky.
Yeah.
Was that funny? What was the drink you spit out again?
It was Whimsky.
Whimsky. Always too curious, that's how players are. Correct. So, we met everyone. Here. And I made sure to put the NPCs back. Originally, Stella's butler was not going to be here, actually. But I added them in last moment because I thought it would be good to have an NPC accompany Stella. Especially since she was in a car crash.
Mm-hmm.
So she was probably with someone. Compared to Sam, who is alone for other reasons. Just like how I added Elizabeth, just like being near Miles, Elizabeth was also probably on business. That's a light source. Alright, let's move all these folks over. Oh, no, not Elizabeth. You stay back. There you go. Now I have the 6th team, except that they still don't know they're a player here.
Alright.
And actually, not having a character sheet for Sarah was intentionally misdirection to make it so that, oh, I'm not a player, I'm just having a knockoff sheet for one-time use, etc. Because if I had a sheet, that would be a bit suspicious. And there's a fly in my room. And it's gone. God damn it. I can't kill it. Alright. Back to the business. Hop, 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 hop. Okay. So we're here. Next, decision-making thing. Whatever, we'll have them all here. So I make these bandits appear, whatever. And you get the choice of, oh, do I use traps to destroy them? Or does Cedric convince them to go elsewhere? Or does Troy just smack the wall with his forehead or bites off the planks? Either one or works. There's also a chance to look at the Skyridge gym from here, but very little. You only see the badge, which gives you a little hinty.
I didn't even catch that over there.
Exactly. You did not explore because the bandits were there. You could have, though. Oh, also, if any of you had tried to loot any of the cars before, like if you had the looter mentality, I would have probably given you maybe something.
Well, I did loot one.
Yeah, you did. Actually, you did loot like a couple cars. Alright, so... Oh! I forgot to explain. If you choose K's path here, he just says that we're all Pokemon guys, come on. We just gotta, like, respect each other, you know? The Eevees would have, like... Eevees? They're not Eevees, but the wild Pokemon would have helped regardless, but then they would have, like, stuck around. If that would have happened, they would have moved here and faced off against the bandits while you choose. You still have a
team fight.
Well, here's the whole like magician's choice thing that comes into play when you GM, right? If they would have been here, they would have been distracting or fighting against the bandits while you're deciding. So, first I'll explain the other two choices here. Traps. Ian uses a trap, and they all get tied up to this tree here. And they're immobilized and cannot proceed, and they'll be like just out of the story. Okay, what would happen if the smack wall thing was happening? He would have been smacking the wall, and the bandits would have looked at him and be like, "This dude's fucking crazy. Let's get out of here." They would have left. Now, the Cedric option was the option that had two different outcomes, actually. The first one is the one that you did, was that because the Pokemon were not there, he just, hey, there's loot elsewhere, guys. Trust me, I'm a scientist. Okay, we'll go there, I guess. Better than sticking out with these fools. These cars are probably looted anyway. They just go. Which reminds me, I gotta put a token down later. But, if the Pokemon were here, they would have faced out against everyone. Post-battle damages ensue, like after you do the choice. 2 bandits would have been knocked out, 3 would have been okay. And then Cedric convinces him, hey, you're 2-man down by just a few Pokemon? Come on. You think you can take us, the human Pokemon, now? And they would have been convinced to leave, not wanting to follow up with the encounter.
Intimidation. So
exactly. If for some reason you guys wanted to fight them off, just like, I'm gonna fight them irregardless, I have things ready here, yeah. See the numbers here? Rolling a 2D something here. 2D12, I think. Or 2D10. I was not gonna use the 11, I guess. I would have just plopped down like big rocks falling from the sky. That way at least the encounter...
how you were choosing the locations.
Yeah. That's why that way the encounter could have maybe gone a little faster.
So it actually was random that the rocks are all landing on top of me?
Yes. It was random.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So chat, any questions so far? Oh, so yeah, it was a bushwhack trap from Hoodwink of Dota 2
Man, if we had gone that route, we could have robbed the thieves.
Oh, man. Random math rock drop intense in game rocks. Now I'm following so far. Oh, also, the NPC that was here calling for their child that moved over here later on was a last minute addition as well. Because they're a brand new NPC from like 2 days ago. But it was important. Alright. As we smack the wall here, because these are token planks. Uh-oh, there's a problem. We can't see anymore. See, there was a light source here.
Another sliding door.
Not a sliding door, a removing door. See? Since it was a removing one, it was needed just to like... Because otherwise, if I just kept the planks there... Okay, it's not doing it anymore. Awkward. If I did not have it there, you would be able to see the other side. And you could potentially see the plane on fire, and then that would have like prompted you to like do one of the actions more than the other two. I didn't want the option to be weighted by just that. For this one, we have... These were repositioned last minute, I put Damien here, Laureen was there looking around, and Frank was like on the spot. Because I forgot to reposition them beforehand. Alright. So here. How was the next mechanic chosen, you may ask? Simple. How fast do you go to the plane?
Right.
Instant. Frank's mechanic activates. Took a bit. As in, like, maybe you converse about what's happening, you look at the gym or something, then it's Laureen. You took a long time, then Damien gets the mechanic out. It's based on the
good
timing.
response time.
Yeah, you had the good response time, so you get Frank. And you got a Pokemon out of it. You got a Mew, of all things.
Out of nowhere, Mew.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Laureen would have been... Frank does the rescue mostly on his own, and then you come back to help last minute to check for survivors. There's nobody. But Laureen would have gifted you all, like, some money. She gave money anyway because Sam talked to her a bit. Damien now. Laureen and Frank do the rescue on their own, actually. And Damien gives you all a blessing of 2 combat stages on whatever you want.
Oh.
For the next fights. It's not such a good reward. But still a reward nonetheless. Besides, I didn't want, like... Damien's mechanic is the most boringest one of them all. So, this one, I weighted it out a bit myself. Of, like, most interesting to most boring. Since I know players usually want to help and investigate weird stuff, I made Frank's the first mechanic, second, third. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense.
Also, useful, least useful, the leastest useful. These ones are all useful, these ones are all useful, but I think that because of their character, they have like a varying degree of use.
Let's see, which one was Frank's?
Frank was focus. You gain more
Focus,
initiative
okay.
when you focus. Alright. So wait a minute, what are all these tokens? So these characters were here, and they just appeared and disappeared, remember?
Mm-hmm.
All they said was, it was destined or whatever. They're acolytes, they're weird. But then there's these 2 characters that I never showed in the session. So, and in the back here, in the awkward situation that you had decided to do some sort of diplomacy or trickery that actually worked out, and there was no fight here, there was gonna be a fight here. If you didn't trigger this fight, of course. There was gonna be like a fight here. These were the backup fight in case you did not do a fight. Does that make sense?
See, yeah.
And I also, of course, had rock placements for this too.
Because you know we like to do diplomacy on that.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing about, like, this particular version of Mystery Dungeon. Is that they're all human, so some of them are scumbags by choice.
Right.
They're not all Pokemon, they're not all like, oh, we just want to live in peace and eat. That's why I think fighting works better here. At least in my opinion. Why is there a fly in my tablet? Didn't die. God damn it. Alright. Next. Hop, 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 hop. Coming in here, you do not see the threat that's before you, which is the big-ass Pokemon. They were smaller before, but I made them big.
Yeah, I couldn't see them until we actually approached later.
Exactly, that was pretty much intentional. Because I wanted you to, like, imagine that there was like a... Oops. I want you to imagine some sort of I want you to imagine the opponent that was before you. Right? If you thought it was just a regular enemy, maybe you would have chosen something different. But I wanted you to not know what was coming, so you can make a choice of how you wanted to attack. Powers, weapons, or sleep. Thing. What the... What is that word? My lord, I don't understand my text sometimes.
It's Japanese.
Oh, it says them. Sleep them.
Sleep them.
Also, Jonathan already revealed because you have a real in your party.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just compare. Yo, bro, I'm like you. I'll hydrate. Thank you, legit. Okay. This one was pretty straightforward, just battle. Right?
Right.
Battle done, move down. So there was a trigger point here. If you go to this point here, well, first I brought all the NPCs forth, and I said we must go or whatever. If you decide to like stay and talk, I would have allowed it. Of course, maybe some of the NPCs would have been like, "Guys, what are we doing? We gotta go." But you can just come down here as well, and from here, the additional lights are triggered. So I go to the GM layer, and you know. The hell's this? I'm trying to remember things. Oh, I changed the lights last minute. I forgot. Wow. I had changed the lights last minute, actually, and there was supposed to be more wall here too. This is the most different place from the previous iteration of the campaign iteration of the map.
Yeah, I could see some differences.
Yeah, because I rethought this encounter a little bit more. But
Like, I don't think the rocks had occluders on them.
the what?
I don't think the rocks blocked line of sight in the
No, they didn't. Because from here, all the lights turn on here, so you can see like the whole parking lot that was remaining and the entrance to the tower. And oh my god. Amazing, I was in the GM layer. Once you got here, that triggers the cutscene here where they start walking. And you already know them, so it's fine. And the corner. Yeah. 153 was the. And he has also 21 power points.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, he is trained. Makes sense.
Oh, I don't have the two icons here. The two icons for like Celeste and Shadow were down here. And I replaced them when needed. But once we get here, anyone steps on the line, the cutscene triggers like move down. Alright. Now you're hiding. And then one by one, you go in. And around here, Chris gives the iconic scream of "Help me." That brings in your insider rescuer blood flowing.
I actually thought you were gonna like railroad us at this point. Like, no, I'm not letting that happen.
What do you mean?
I thought you were actually gonna like force us to just move along and ignore that. But I was like, no.
Oh. Hold on, let me gather on the NPCs here first, actually.
So many colors.
Oh yeah, I like my color wheels, remember? Alright, the 12 NPCs are here, just to show something off here. So, I separated the NPCs based on something very specific and obvious. Which mechanic did you unlock in the previous segments?
Oh.
So let's say oh wait, you had a... My bad. You had this, if I recall correctly. Cedric. You had this. So all these guys went forth. Except this guy, because I forgot it, I'm a dumbass. But he should have been here. That's fine, that's fine. And then you gave they gave the iconic scream of "Help me." You could have been a complete piece of and you could have ignored it.
I'm so glad you didn't make us do that.
Nah, it was your choice. You could have ignored it or proceeded. If you would have ignored it, you don't get Chris in the tower, right?
Right.
And not only don't you not get Chris, you don't get 4 NPCs that were there beforehand, and you would have to relocate them later on.
That would be cool from our own.
You'd have been you would have been 5 NPCs down. Not only 5, 7 NPCs down because the other ones were back here too. Basically, I'm giving you a type of punishment for ignoring the obvious thing you must solve here. Am I right?
Right.
Since it's not gonna happen anymore, since Chris is with you guys, if you would have ignored the encounter, Chris would have been saved by these 4 here. Somehow. And they would have been, like, basically adventuring together with the other NPCs until they found you. They would have seen the tower collapse and have tried to do something about it. But since that didn't happen, you get everyone. Everyone is here.
Good end.
Good end. And within the encounter, of course, don't
Cool.
remember.
So we need to be giant buttholes in order to get the worst endings. We'll just start being buttholes so we can see every ending. Genocide route. Genocide route. Genocide route.
No!
Whatever you want. What if we just did that on one
Yeah.
Scott's campaign, though?
So,
Yeah, Uno reverse card. Now we're killing everyone.
yeah. Oh, also, for being able to call out people here,
Mm-hmm.
so this is how it works. The 4 people who you chose beforehand are sticking back. These 8 are seeing the encounter. Of course, later on you can just call each one of them. You can call each one from the previous encounters that you saw them in, based on like their mechanic unlock stuff. These guys were in their different parts of the map. If you choose this one is not able to do anything. If you choose the other one, which you did, K goes back.
Hmm.
And I believe you chose this format. There. And then all of them stood back, also to protect Chris at the same time. Or be near him.
Right.
Maybe get -1 friendship if you were bad people. Maybe. That was definitely a choice.
Even though he specifically told Damien to stay back and protect Chris.
I know it's still an art stream, JT Greyfire. I am also doing art. I was just giving a quick explanation of how my map works. I know it's been a while, but it's also my stream, so I'm almost done here anyway. After you do the 4 things, they're in combat technically. He's still not phased. Also, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
you could have stolen the bag from this guy.
Ah, darn.
If someone was like, I'm gonna steal the bag, I would have said, right ahead. You can try. It would have not been easy, but it's a possibility. You could have also taken some of the candy that fell on the floor. No one took a single one. You could have taken some of them downstairs, you know? But that's
Did no
fine.
one?
They're dangerous, right?
I guess just Jonathan grabbed one, huh?
Jonathan was starting to grab some, but then he went to take a punch in the face for Catherine and just
Yeah.
collapsed. So he basically threw all the candy on the floor when he got collapsed.
Darn.
AKA, I'm not letting you have the candy.
I don't take candy from strangers.
Okay,
Only I had that filler star.
so at one point, after you activate all 4 of these mechanics, I go into the cutscene where he shoots everyone. It's not based on anything, it's based on if you activate the 4 mechanics.
I died.
Yeah, everyone gets fainted. Except Celeste, and that's how I do the reveal for Sarah's character. Shadow appears, they get knocked out, and then here is where things get tense. Give me him, and I'm gonna leave. Or whatever. But the 4 characters that you selected beforehand come into the rescue here, and they use their own abilities. This guy gets a lot of HP and decides to tank. Frank does aura on his face. Owen brings everyone to break down the wall initially and try to subdue this guy. You all beat him up. And Pandora uses a big attack. They all had different, like, special helping moves. But then that triggers the 4 people that were hiding here to act as well. And that's where it all comes to an end. That was the encounter. And then you all leave to the tower.
And the Italian gets away.
The Italian gets away, of course. Because he has wall climber, and he can climb this giant wall here. Look how big the map is!
Are you gonna plan this much stuff out for every session? That was a lot.
Oh, next map is done. It's not gonna have this much like NPC-esque planning, but there's gonna be stuff that you can find, etc, etc. The next map has 21 handouts for you guys.
21.
Yeah, you know, you get a little text that you read that you can keep. Pretty cool. But yeah, what do you think?
I think you worked too hard.
No, this is fine.
This is great. Though.
I've been
Crazy.
planning this encounter for a while. This is what the map looks like. Like, this was my first draft of the map. See?
I see their resemblance, yes.
You can hit Z to zoom the thing. What? I mean Z. Huh? Oh my god!
Good trick.
I'll be using this stick. Holy crap. I still have much to learn, but I do my best. As you can see by the quadrants, I had everything planned out for like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you would mobilize when you're down. And etc, etc.
That's a really good tip.
You can force zoom for players? Damn! I'll remember that, because that's really good. Ideally, you want to go like this. Hold on. When they're talking, you be like... Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, it's what it's... Oh! Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! What have I done? Okay, there we go. It was going nuts, I know. Oh yeah, that's what the Italian looks like, by the way, if you wanted to see him. Does not look rad now.
I love that expression.
Oh
I
yeah.
accidentally muted myself.
Slick portrait, yeah. And here's what Chris looks like. Oops. There he is.
So cute.
I'm gonna be doing that now. Like, so when someone's talking, like, hey guys, come on. We gotta use our power of walkie-talkies. And my foot, I guess. Foot.
Very important foot.
Nobody interacted with my favorite NPC of the 12. I'm so sad. Also, one last
Who wants
detail.
to interact with a weasel?
Last detail about these NPCs before I start drawing again is that all of you guys just have like your normal like portraits and whatever. Remember what this was said about them being potentially evil? Look carefully what their portraits look like. So, you see a normal eye, but you also see like a sort of evil eye on the left of each of these characters.
Sort of like shadowed glowing eye.
Yeah. The left side, that's their, like, basically their potential of evil. So, once you... theoretically save them, I guess, that will be gone.
But with the evil
I got the
Weasley-
fly! Hell yeah. Yeah, they all have their different, like, evil sides, see? See? One there. Pandora. Elric is there. Laureen looks sick. Even Kay has one.
What if we made them all
Yeah.
evil? What would that
Then
be?
you'll be having a really hard time in this session, wouldn't you?
Have a bad time?
And even Cedric has one.
Oh, this is different.
Aha, what does it mean? You could find out if you make him evil. No, I'll tell you what it means if you don't make him evil too. Don't worry. Not that cruel. But yeah. Ah, that was fun. You had fun, guys?
Absolutely.
Hey,
Can't wait for next week.
look at this guy.
Aw.
I just finished him on stream. Comic update time? Bruh, it's Wednesday. Yeah, the comic is on Friday, sorry. Alright, time to work on commissions again. No more of this. No more of this BBBB.